This is definitely an interesting one. Oh, you can relate, huh? You agree and you relate. The female chameleon, love bombing a defenseless incel so she can manipulate him for her purposes. How common is that, right? You can always tell. You can tell. I'm not saying no women care. There's a few. There's a few. And you can tell they care because they have nothing to gain. And they speak as if they have nothing to gain. And generally they speak objectively. But it's pretty darn rare. There's a few on YouTube. Karen Strawn is one. There's another one. I always forget her name. It starts with a D. Devi something. Demi something. Something like that. I forget her name. She's good, but she just doesn't have a lot of content. And she's not very popular at all. But she made a couple great videos about how women manipulate. She made one particular video about a woman manipulating her husband. She set up, a woman set up his assassination, basically. She went to pay someone to kill him, and the person that she paid was actually a cop. And she went to jail or something, and she was trying to manipulate him to get her out of jail. And it was very, very crazy. But I forget her name anyway. She's very good. God, I should probably look that up real quick. Anyway, Karen Strawn is one. But these, how succubuses operate, how succubuses manipulate, right? They manipulate through subtle coercion, using sex, using their kind of narcissistic personas, a narcissist, a female narcissist, a female succubus has something about her aura. There's something about her aura that's attracting. And you'll see this in the Bible. I think I'm going to do a little bit of Googling here, if you'll bear with me. It's right here, actually. The Trap of Evil Women. I've been looking at these sites. The Trap of Evil Women. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Jezebel, the wicked queen and wife of Ahab in 1 Kings. She was controlling, manipulative, deceptive, worshipped the false god of Baal, and was so evil she put a hit out for all of God's prophets to be killed. Delilah, wife of Samson, whose name means she was weakened, she who weakened, right? Delilah sold out and betrayed her own husband that loved her tremendously, all for her own gain, money. She literally robbed him of his God-given strength. Potiphar's wife. This selfish, controlling woman attempted to seduce Joseph, and when he took the righteous road and fled, she ripped off his loincloth and accused him of rape. He was thrown into prison for approximately 10 to 11 years. In these examples, and many others, we can see the great power in the seduction of a woman. In our over-sexualized society, it's seemingly abnormal to be modest, gentle, kind, sacrificial, and submissive. When we think of qualities like these, we often think of weakness. However, according to the Word of God, these qualities are advantageous for a successful marriage. Proverbs 31:30, charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Let's see. Here we go. Ecclesiastes 7:26. I find more bitter than death the woman who is a snare, whose heart is a trap, and whose hands are chains. The man who pleases God will escape her, but the sinner she will ensnare. Wow. That's a tough verse, man. Tough verse, right? The whorish woman wants to catch her victims. Proverbs 22:14, 23:27 through 28. The man is caught and trapped by his own sin. Proverbs 5:22. This same trap is described in James 1:13 through 15. Here we go. Here's how the succubus entraps a man. Every trap must have something that entices and allures and attracts its victims. A mousetrap uses cheese, which appeals to mice. The fish hook uses a wiggling worm which attracts fish. Let's see what the wicked woman uses to catch her prey. 1. Flattery. She flatters with her words. Proverbs 2:16. Her mouth is smoother than oil. Proverbs 5:3. See also Proverbs 7:21, 6:24, and compare Proverbs 22:14. She uses sweet talk. She draws the victim to herself with nice, inviting language. She has charm to her voice, and her words pull the man to himself as a magnet. This is how the succubus entices men. Okay? Flattering words and a attractive magnetic aura. I've been sucked in by women like this before. Number 2 is her beauty. The evil woman is outwardly beautiful. Proverbs 6:24 through 25. She is attractive to the eyes. She can easily become an object of lust. This beauty is deceptive. It is only skin deep. On the inside, she is the most ugly thing you could imagine. 3. Location. The evil woman knows where to locate herself so as to be most effective in getting her victims. See Proverbs 7:11 through 12. A skilled fisherman needs to know where to drop his line. To catch mice, you need to know where to place the mousetrap. The evil woman knows where to place herself at the time and place where the man is most vulnerable. Where would this be? At the clubs, at the bars, right? Out and about, right? They know, if you ever go downtown in any major city, there's beautiful women everywhere. Why do you think that is? What do you think they're doing down there, right? They're looking to catch men. Men think, women don't ever want me, or women don't ever want to catch men. Women aren't looking for men, but they're just looking in the wrong places. They're looking at the wrong times and the wrong locations. And guys might hear this and think, oh, well, I'll go down and get them or something, but you're missing the point. 4. Decorations. The evil woman knows how to decorate herself and her surroundings. Proverbs 7:10, 16, and 17. The bait must look attractive, and this is done by clothes, perfumes, makeup, etc. All the women out there, what are they doing? They're beautifying themselves. Why? So they can trap men. And maybe it's not for sex. Maybe it's not so maybe it's just for validation. Maybe it's just for attention, like that video, like that picture, that meme that I showed at the beginning of this video. It's all about to trap you. The female chameleon. She pretends to say everything you want to hear. She studies you so she knows what you like, so she can suck you in, so you can become her victim. How does this happen? She is a narcissist. She manipulates your emotions. She gaslights you. She just wants you for attention and validation, and to feed her ego and feed her pride. And she loves it when you're hurt over her. Some women even take delight in men killing themselves over them. They like hurting men. It's sick. I don't know why they're like this. They're damaged, but these are the succubuses. These are the modern succubuses. Okay? In contrast, the believing woman is concerned about modesty. 1 Timothy 2:9. She gives careful thought to what she should wear and how she should dress. She is ashamed of wearing anything that would even suggest indecency or any way to incite lust. She knows that she is not to be conformed to the world's sensuous standards, Romans 12:2, and must set aside many of the popular fashions of the day. At the same time, she ought to display good taste in the clothing she wears, not drawing attention to herself with extremism in either direction. Be not the first by whom the new is tried, nor yet the last to lay the old aside. The message that comes from the life and witness of a modest believing woman is this: look at Christ living in me. Galatians 2:20. I belong to the Son of God. Such a woman, sad to say, is rare. Proverbs 31:10. I've been saying that forever. Good women are rare. Very, very rare. These modern thoughts, these modern sluts, the Kim Kardashian influenced women, the Taylor Swift influenced women, the Beyonce influenced women, the Kesha influenced women, all these messed up sluts out here, messed up thoughts on OnlyFans, they are common. The virtuous woman, the modest woman, she is rare. On the other hand, by her dress or lack of dress, the immodest woman is saying, look at me. Look at what I am. Look at what I offer. Look at what Look at my body. This is why all these thoughts out here and all these feminists, etc., they're always attacking men, saying I can wear what I want to wear, and that doesn't mean you can look at me, and all this crap that they say. Why do they dress like that? Because they're trying to trap men for whatever reason, for sex, for their own purposes, to have a baby. This is the evil woman. This is the succubus. She's sucking a man in, and what do men do? They play into it. They go out and they try to get better jobs and get more money so they can flatter and impress these evil women so that they can get one of these evil women, and it never works. Why? Because these evil women are evil. They're users and abusers. They're serial daters. They're serial sluts, and they're all out here on these dating sites trying to trap men, trying to get that validation, trying to get men to follow them, trying to get men to give them money. Go on Fresh and Fit podcast. They have these women on there, and these young women in their 20s, they're all, they're hot, but they're on OnlyFans, and it's just sick. There's nothing good about these women. They're just sick. They're just nothing but thirst traps, right? They're thirst traps. And what do? They hurt men. They use men. They gaslight men. They're succubuses. They break guys' hearts, and they laugh about it, and they think it makes them sexy and makes them powerful and all. It's evil, man. It's evil. There's very few good women out there. Okay, two more. Arrangements. The wicked woman tried to make all the necessary arrangements so that the victim will think he can spend time with her and get away with it. See Proverbs 7:14 and 7:19 through 20. This idea is something like this. It's all arranged. It's all set up. No one will ever know that you were with me. You can do it and get away with it, and you will not suffer any ill effects or bad consequences. Everything has been taken care of. There's nothing to worry about, and there is no reason why you should not. Do this. 6. The final invitation. See Proverbs 7:18-21 and Proverbs 9:16 through 17. By now she is irresistible. The mouse must go for the cheese, and the fish must go for the worm. She has him right where she wants him. Now she moves in for the kill. Wow. There you go, man. I mean, this is real shit. I can think back on my life and all the times I, foolishly in my 20s, and it's sad. It's sad that I had to learn these lessons the hard way, and I could have been dead or worse or whatever. And so many men get trapped. And it might not be something so serious that it takes your life, right? This website that I'm on talks about the consequences. The mouse ends up dead. The fish ends up on the fisherman's plate. The book of Proverbs has much to say about the terrible consequences of deviating from God's sexual standards. The strongest language is used. Consider the following. Proverbs 2:18, death. Proverbs 2:19, the way of no return. Proverbs 5:5, death and hell. Proverbs 5:23, death. Proverbs 6:26, brought to ruin. Proverbs 6:29, guilty. Proverbs 6:32, his own soul is destroyed. Proverbs 9:18, death and hell. In addition to the strong language used in the above verses, the book of Proverbs tells us about other consequences. In Proverbs 2:19, we are told how damaging sexual sin can be. Many never recover from it. By God's grace, some do recover, but even then, there are scars that remain. Immorality results in a loss of time, money, and reputation, and it leaves the person with deep shame and regret. See Proverbs 5:9 through 11. Such a man is seen as a fool. Proverbs 5:23. He is burdened with great guilt. Proverbs 6:29. He becomes the object of wrathful revenge. Proverbs 6:34 through 35. His sin results in scars and wounds which will never be healed. The sin can be forgiven by the grace of God, but often the damage that was done cannot be undone. Many times the lives of others are adversely affected as well. Such consequences are to be expected. To those who deviate from God's sexual standards, the Lord says, I will judge. Hebrews 13:4. The judgment is twofold. Judgment in eternity and judgment in time. I mean, I could go on, but there's all kinds of... this is a great website. It's called middletownbiblechurch.org/Proverbs/Proverbs 12. The title of it is Love or Lust Part 2. I just stumbled across this, and it's a great video, man. And it's like, dude, it's a hard thing, because the human heart is evil, and we got lust, and we got sin, and we want to chase after women, and there's consequences, man. But my goal here with these videos is just to talk about the red pill and talk about how these women do it. So this is how the succubuses do it, man. They trap you, they entice you, and it's like, you would think that that's extreme. You would think that that's extreme if you're young and if you're inexperienced. But when you go through these things and you realize that there's pain, there's years of trauma and pain, psychological, emotional, if you ever really had your heart broken by a evil woman, or even just a woman who maybe you messed up, maybe you made a mistake, maybe your lust caused you to lose a woman that you loved, right? Your wife or long-term girlfriend, and because you cheated or because you were addicted to porn or you chased other women or whatever, you know, you lose things that you can't get back, you know, and it hurts, and it's maybe a lifelong you know, pain. I don't know, but this is what it is. This is how the succubus traps men. So I think I'm going to leave it there on this one. Appreciate you listening. Jay Lee, Northwest Podcast. Peace.